Hello, my name is Anna, and in this video, we're going to talk about why powerful men crave strong women. This is the perspective from a dominatrix. I am myself an exotic dancer. I work in a gentleman's club in London, UK. I'm from France originally, and I'm a coach. So I coach women on feminine confidence, empowerment, and body confidence as well. So we can show up fully as who we are as women. And I have explored the power dynamic between men and women extensively in different form, but also in my personal life. And when I talk about the dominatrix perspective, I'm talking about the mindset behind the dominatrix. So dominatrix comes from the word domina. And we are going to use that mindset of being strong in who we are in this discussion. So by the end of this video, you're going to understand what kind of man likes powerful women and why powerful men attract powerful women and why powerful women attract powerful men. So it's a very fascinating thing, and it's an area that is very misunderstood. And what I want to start with, like the cliche aspect, or like the aspect that a lot of people get wrong, is that they think that generally you have the dominatrix and you have the submissive. So dominatrix is the woman, the submissive is the man, and we imagine the submissive being a weak little man that has no power in life. He's kind of a lame guy that just ends up being at the mercy of a woman. That is like the exact opposite of the reality. So usually dominatrix women, and the one especially in the fetish world who do that professionally, like, they dominate men physically through violence, through all form of dynamic between them, like, in the dungeon using all the kinks. It's usually, it often not always, of course, but it often attracts men that are actually quite dominant in their whole world. They're usually men of power. They're entrepreneurs. They're CEOs. They're men usually who have quite a bit of money. They have like a strong social network and socio-economic high status. And so those men are generally leading a team around them. They lead their staff, they lead budgets, they lead all the decisions, they lead the sales, the clients. Like, there is often a sense that in their life they're already leading so much that when it comes to sexuality, they want the woman to take over. They want to feel like they are the service of someone. So that is very much the kink dynamic. Like, this is the sexual fantasy of the dominatrix. But I want to explore this like in other areas, like the everyday life. You don't need to be a sexual dominatrix. You don't need to be in kink, going to a dungeon to have that dynamic. So you can be a strong woman in the way you are. But what I mean by that is to express who you are fully as a woman, to have strong taste, to have a strong voice, strong opinions, to express who you are through art, through dance, through movement, but also through, when you have a debate with somebody, is having a stand, like not trying to shrink yourself, not trying to be small, not trying to be discreet. It's also your physical appearance. So once you are a confident woman, once you're in your dominatrix mindset, you're going to see that you're going to start attracting more powerful men. Men that are successful, men that themselves have a strong voice. And so they actually often seek for someone to match that energy. This is, a lot of women, we want to attract men of higher calibers. Like, I hear that all the time in my clients, my friends. And my best advice is raise your caliber. Like, who are you? And is your voice strong? Like, how do you carry yourself? Do you make strong choices? Do you make bold statements that represent who you are? Do you express yourself fully? Like, could be through discussion, but art, dance, like, what I said, like, however, whatever shape it takes for you. So that is the way for women to attract higher caliber men. But then the question is, why do these men are so attracted to this kind of woman beyond this idea of them matching? I tell you why. It's because those men, they have a sense of decision fatigue. It's like, they're leading all the time. They're making a million decisions a day. There's a lot at stake in their life. Always, there's a lot at stake. Any decision might have big impact financially on their company, maybe on their staff. Maybe they have to hire people, let go people. They have a lot on their shoulder, a lot of weight on their shoulders. And therefore, when they go into their romantic life, they're seeking a sense of relief. They're seeking a sense of they want to surrender a little bit with that person. And so when a woman also has a strong voice, she can make choices, decisions, they actually really appreciate that because they have that decision fatigue. So the decision fatigue is a strong one. The second aspect that I think is really important to these men is that the men that are high achievers, they usually are men who love challenges. That's why they are high achievers, is because they're always seeking for challenges, and they always want bigger challenges and bigger challenges. If they match with a good girl, a woman who have is kind of discreet and not so confident, they're not going to find a challenge, and they're going to get bored very quickly. So usually those men, they like women who challenges them. Surprisingly, they love that because life is about the curious people, the adventurous people, the ambitious people, and therefore they want somebody who challenges them, who gets them to the next level, just like they do in everything else in their life. The third element is the power of saying no. And that's where also I think the dominatrix really resonates there, is that those men that have high power, they are used to everyone saying yes to everything they say. Imagine just a CEO, he's the CEO of a big company. Any meetings he sit in, everyone around the table will generally try to please him, make him happy because he's the CEO, he's the big deal, he's the decision maker. And therefore, these men, like, they don't get a lot of banter, or like they don't get a lot of no, they don't get a lot of like people putting them back in their place, and they actually need it. And so a dominatrix, like again, like the when like in the sense of like the kink word, she's physically putting him back in his place. She's going to diminish him. She's going to make him feel small, and she's going to use force and insult him or whatever, and that is obviously the fetish side of it. And that's the extreme side of it. It's, most men don't want that. Some men want that. But the powerful men who are used to everyone saying yes and always agreeing with them, they want somebody who can actually challenge them in the intellectual, emotional way. So they appreciate a woman who push back, who plays with them and like challenge them and say no, and put basically a frame around them. So it's not, they can't have everything all the time with them. It's like, no, with me, you're going to also have to follow my choices, my direction. And they actually love that. So that's the third reason that I believe that powerful men are attracted to powerful women. So they want that dominatrix vibe, the dominatrix mindset, and the dominatrix being the ultimate sensual, feminine woman. So she's very daring in the way she talks and the way she dresses, the way she shows up. She's confident and she's inspiring them. She's like expanding their world. So I really encourage you to borrow some of that dominatrix archetype inspiration. I hope that's helpful. And please like and comment and subscribe if you like this.